Let's see.
Let's see it.
Tyler1 goes off on Jake Sucky incident. Wait. What's this?
People wonder why I despise these dog shit
Oh, this is a
paycheck
different
stealing
one.
LCS players
more
so
recent
much.
one.
That's why, bro. Until
This
I
isn't the
ever
Niles
see
one.
any of these fucking disgusting social anxiety ridden fuck faces perform. But unfortunately, they all do this same shit. But bro, it's like, why, man? It's like, dude, like, honest, like, and to be fair, academy players are worse because those guys don't even make money doing it. To be honest, they're getting like minimum wage. No offense to them, a little bit less. Like, and they have no future, no career path, nothing. It's just a complete waste of everybody's time. And people.
What Tyler's saying right now is absolutely true, by the way. It is one of the scariest, most horrifying things that no one is talking enough about, okay? Academy players are fucked. You are so absolutely royally fucked. If you are 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 years old, and you're in Academy, you are fucked. That is just how it is, okay? Every year, esports salaries continues to be dialed back. They're pulled further back. You're not marketing. You're not getting branding. You don't need the team needs you. That's another like really big thing that people don't realize. In most cases, or actually, yeah, pretty much all cases. Like you're gonna end up in your like mid late 20s with like no skills if you're not like streaming, or you're not like trying to become a streamer, or like you're trying to become a YouTuber, content creator, etc. Okay. It is also very hard to do this. Now, the best example that I have found of this in recent times of like a player or like a high-level player turning into content creation from literally nothing. It like I guess there's like two examples of it, right? Like in recent times. There's Alois, the Riven player, the top laner, right? He did it recently. And then there's Reptile, right? And you look at how fucking grueling that whole adventure was. Reptile like lived, breathed, eat, and shat on Twitter. And I mean that's what you have to do, right? Doing that fucking the most mind-numbing, grueling fucking ADC shit for years. Not years, but like you know what I mean, for a really long time. And then Alois was doing his thing for like.
I think he's a better example though because he was doing it while still being a pro player. No, I think Reptile took his hiatus and then was doing it, and then he went back to being a pro player at one point.
Yeah, I mean, Alois was a pro player, yes, but
No, what I mean is like whilst Aloy was, I know he was doing like he had his whole like fundamentals project that he was doing and like the website with the like video series of fundamentals or whatever. He was doing that whilst like he's setting himself up towards the denouement of his career, which I think a lot of players don't do.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
another
that makes
weird
sense.
thing
That
as
makes
well.
sense.
There's a lot of players I think that come out of like will retire and they'll be like, oh, where are all the coaching jobs or the analyst jobs or going on? Like motherfucker, make it obvious that you would be good for that. Like while you're doing it, like, do you know what I mean? Because it's like if you set these context clues while you're still playing, you actually have a bit of foresight, then you'll end up having things to retire into.
No, I agree with you, which is why I've always said that the idea that like pro players will retire and then become coaches and stuff that people have always echoed over the last couple of years is one of the most nonsensical things ever. Because if the player was going to be able to retire and then become a good coach or something like that, it would have been apparent in some manner through their play.
Well, it's like all the you can look at football. The players that become coaches are normally they will have a coach that says to them, "Hey, I think you'd be a good manager." Like it was the Mikel Arteta is a good example.
Yeah.
So you don't know that much about soccer, but like I'll put it to one of the best managers in the world right now, Pep Guardiola, won things with Barcelona. Now currently on Man City, great manager, esteemed greatly. He had an assistant manager that now is the manager at Arsenal, and the reason he found him is because he played a Champions League fixture in 2012 against Chelsea, and he called Mikel Arteta because he was one of his. They'd formerly played against each other, and he was so impressed by the analysis that Mikel Arteta gave over the phone that he bore him and he bared him in mind for when he needed an assistant maybe 5-6 years later, and that's how Mikel Arteta got into being a manager. So you see things like this happen all the time. Like that's how it happens in like traditional sports. But
Right.
I agree with what you're saying. Like you will be identified for being good for that role while you're playing if you make yourself available. You know.
Yes. Okay, let me finish the Tyler clip.
Why NA's so dog shit, bro? So that's the thing. You see people in Korea and China solo queue. Those pros actually get fucking pissy in solo queue. Like actually, you see so many of those pros like get a like riot punishment because they were flaming in solo queue. You will never see an NA pro flaming in solo queue, by the way. Because number one, you won't see them in solo queue, but number two, they will never type because they don't give a shit. These guys do not give a shit, by the way.
True. That's
It's not flame, it's passion, fucking A.
No, so this is another clip. There's a clip where he flames Niles.
There's a different clip.
Better. I'll find the Niles clip.
Tyler1. Niles incident. Okay, I got it.
You got it? This one's good.
All right.
He walks like this. Nobody else is following. He sees her, right? He's like, oh, I win this, and ults into her. How? At 40 minutes. It's disgusting, man. Look at this retard type in my chat. This is the correct play. Niles, was you being the worst LCS player?
All right, let me see the play again. 16, 10, and 6, 11, 9, 6.
This fuck, right? Walks like this. Nobody else is following. He sees her, right? He's like, oh, I win this, and ults into her. How? At 40 minutes. It's disgusting, man. Look at this to her, right? He's like, oh, nobody else is following. He sees her.
Nautilus clicked down. So is his argument that Nautilus goes with him?
He's like, oh, I win this, and ults into her. How? At 40 minutes. It's disgusting, man. Look at this retard type in my chat. This is the correct play. Niles, was you being the worst LCS player ever the correct play? Was you failing in collegiate the correct play? Brother, you don't know the correct play. So why don't you just get carried, dipshit? Huh? How's that sound, Niles? Right? You failed in everything you've done in your life. From start to finish. You right? I mean, I'm being dead ass. You failed everything. So why are we griefing a game in solo queue? At 40 minutes, this is the correct play. But like, how isn't this bannable? The fact that this guy came to my chat and typed this is the correct play, it's not bannable? Like, Riot should ban this account right now. Let's hop on call. I can explain it to you. Eat shit, retard. Your life has no value. You're a moron. Fuck out of my chat. Absolute scum of society you are, bro. Zero value to anybody. And you know it. I know it. Come on. Be honest with yourself. Name one thing you are good at. It's not League. What else you got, bro? Because I've seen what you look like in real life. You're not successful in that department either, are you, bro? So what do you actually have going for you? Poor guy. Just listen, bro. Cringe, man. That's another third game I've lost today with Soul, by the way. Third game. That's damn near 3 guaranteed wins. 2 of the games equaled exactly like that. I had Tomio, an academy player, run it down, and then I just played with a collegiate failure, Niles, just running the game down. Whatever helps you sleep at night, Niles. Whatever helps you sleep at night, bro.
Okay, so I think this is too much from Tyler. However, at the same time, I almost feel like there is some backstory or like context here that is not apparent from just this clip, and it doesn't have to do with the game. I imagine that there is some level of history, because I can't imagine, like, I've seen a lot of Tyler flame, you know what I mean? Like, over the years, because I've always thought that it was, like, comical and stuff, right? I've seen a shitload over the years. That felt like it wasn't just about the game. You know what I mean? Like, and again, Niles, like, Tyler does a lot of stuff. Tyler pays attention to Reddit. Tyler pays attention to Twitter and, like, all this other type of stuff. I'm, like, wondering if, like, again, something happened in the past, because that didn't feel... This does not feel like it's just because of Niles' mistake in the game.
It felt quite personal, yeah.
Yes. It does not feel like it's just because of that mistake. It feels like this is from,
also,
like, other stuff.
I think to back up your argument, I think the ability to draw upon a lot of vitriol, like the fact that he knows he fails in collegiate, like the appearance stuff, there's obviously, like, it's not
Right. Exactly.
there is a
The fact that he's
preconceived
able to do
dislike.
this like this. Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I would pause when seeing this clip and be like, okay, well, it's not just the game. The other thing is that Niles made a lot of enemies on Twitter in like 2022 when he went on his like fucking religious shit.
Oh, you mean the
and again,
planned...
and I'm speaking as someone that used to interact with him on a normal level until I realized like that I was basically a fucking black person talking to a KKK member. You know, like
Okay,
I don't
not,
like. Oh no, it's absolutely no. I couldn't get. What the fuck are you saying? What are you saying to me? I couldn't get him to outright say it.
Yeah,
but
I
the
get
elephant
you,
was in the
sure.
fucking room.
Yeah.
The elephant was in the room. I couldn't get him to outright say that gays are wrong or like stuff like that, even though he was literally interacting with me. And I asked him the question point blank a few times. I couldn't get him to say it, but the elephant was in the fucking room. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's always very weird when people like this, yeah.
Yeah, so wait, why is my analogy bad?
I just think it's a bit, it's not bad. Well, it is, kind of, but it's just purely because it's an extreme statement.
But that's an extreme!
People... Yeah, no, of course it is. But people won't... My thing is when people react to that, it being said, people will be like, oh, that's like, it's you know... I don't know. You've tied me in knots here. I'm just going to make a joke. I mean, the irony is that this would all be avoided if he just learned how to abort the play. Thank you. That's my joke. Peace and love.
Oh my god.
But,
All right, there you go. All right, is there anything else